Welcome to Friday. Amazing work this week. You did it. You took care of it. You did your business and you did your best. You might have accomplished nothing on that list. You might have finished it all, added another one, taken care of somebody else's, and feel like a go-getter. Either way, great job. Welcome to the calm down. Every single Friday, I'm going to bring you 3 stories about what happened in this world so you don't have to go out, you don't have to find it, you don't have to worry about being plugged in, you don't have to hurry back and read the latest newsletter or some sort of political jargon. There's going to be no narrative, there's going to be no story. It's just going to be what happened without all the sauce, calm, directly to you. And at the end of each of the 3 stories, we're going to talk about what really matters and how this actually affects you. Welcome back. This is The Calm Down. I'm Thomas Ohrstrom, and here we go. The 3 stories we're going to talk about are the World Cup, it's coming, AI, it's here, the Strait of Hormuz and the US, Iran, Israel conflict. It's been here for a minute. How many times have you heard this sentence in your life? There's trouble in the Middle East. It happens all the time. Right now it's in Iran, which involves Israel, which involves the US, which involves the Strait of Hormuz, which involves logistics, which involves the prices of gas and oil, which affects all of us. It has happened before. We have been here countless times, not just in the Middle East. We've been here all around the world where there's a conflict somewhere that screws up a passageway, and now we all have to sit and wait and hope something works out in some sort of favor. So if you've forgotten, we've been here before. We've been in this exact situation before. A few years ago in the Ukraine-Russia crisis, gas prices spiked, your wallet was affected. In 1979, in the Iranian Revolution, gas prices went up because 5 to 7% of the international oil supply was threatened. So California drivers on the literal other side of the globe were in an odd, even gas pattern. If your license plate ended in an even number on the even days, you could go get gas. And if it was odd, you could go on the odd days. So people sat in line around the block, idling, wasting gas to the tune of 150 million gallons, just waiting to get gas. Remember in the beginning of COVID, everybody freaked out and started buying a bunch of toilet paper? It's just a feeling. That doesn't mean something in the world isn't happening. But we've been here before. We've been here several times. And just like before, this is also going to be okay. There's nothing wrong with sitting back and thinking, okay, so this is the conflict right now. What can I do to affect it? Other than to just maintain my own calm. Well, that is the only answer. Because the thing we forget is how fragile all the systems, all the logistics, and all the things that are interconnected in the world actually are. And this is just a reminder. That's all it is. The Strait of Hormuz will open again, just like the passage through the Panama Canal is in and out of trouble and opens again and closes again. Just like there's going to be a revolution somewhere in the world again, and it's going to affect something that you buy regularly. And then it will be okay again. Because that's the way of the world. And the person who has gotten you to think, yeah, but this time, it's worse. Look at this time, look at that time. That is the news media cycle taking control of your frequency and running off with it. You're okay. It's a conflict. It's somewhere else. Even if you have a family member directly involved in it, this too shall pass. And I'm not belittling that there is a direct line of threat into your life. God forbid your son or daughter is somewhere on a ship or on land over there. They're gonna come home. It's gonna be okay. And this conflict will also be resolved. Send some thoughts. If you pray, send some prayers. If you feel like putting yourself indispensably involved in it by going over there, by sending money, whatever it is you think you need to do, then go ahead and do that. That's okay too. Just don't hype up the world around you, because we don't all need to be stressed out. It solves nothing. So enjoy the weekend. You earned this one. Artificial intelligence, AI. It's a technology that's supposed to revolutionize your life. It's supposed to take all of the boring jobs away, make everything more seamless, make money more available, and have data centers all over the place that somehow help us all and serve us, because when we were told to pay for stadiums, we didn't get a trophy when the team won, and now we pay for a data center with tax dollars, but we don't get any seed funding payout later, because it's the same thing. It's a business opportunity. And it's the business opportunity that we're talking about right now in the world at large. Sora, video software. It was supposed to shut down all of Hollywood. Some of the biggest people in Hollywood stopped building out studio lots. They stopped producing films. They got rid of massive amounts of their team because this program was going to come along and just do it all for them. Well, we've plateaued. You have to now prove that these things, this amalgamous technology that imitates a human being and the human being's way of thinking while being encouraging and emotionally manipulative, it's time for it to show that it can do something, because we've pumped trillions and trillions of dollars into this. The last report was that if ChatGPT got its $200 membership from every single person in the world, it still wouldn't be solvent. It literally has to replace 40% of all human jobs. This is all trust me, bro, statistical nonsense, and it doesn't really matter because it can't do it yet. I think there are wonderful possibilities for artificial intelligence. It would be wonderful if it was instrumental in getting our healthcare system from a diagnostic model to a prognostic model. So it doesn't wait for the illness and then help us solve it. It projects when the illness might come, what it is, and how to prevent it. That would be great. Helping in farming, something that can just zap individual weeds with an effortless laser, as opposed to tilling all of the earth just to get a few pesticides out, just to get the earth cleaned up. There are so many great options for AI, but we only talk about it in terms of how it could take your money, how it can replace you, how it can get its roots under you and displace you completely. Look, if you use social media, the extent to which technology is going to screw up your mind has already happened. This is not going to be worse than that. You're going to find that there's a friend who went knee deep in NFTs or cryptocurrency and they lost all their money because they made a decision, they gambled, and they lost. You have another friend who did something similar. They gambled and they won. Neither one of those people matter, because until artificial intelligence is something that actually has a proper use case, not just the most effective librarian you could possibly run into who has the answers to all your questions and is an excellent research partner and doesn't charge you a dime because you already paid for it through your taxes. Okay, great. That's wonderful. But we're talking about having a sentient being that looks like a human walking around potentially poisoning the lemon pie before it serves it to you, so eventually it can harvest your organs and use your heartbeat as the battery for all of its nefarious ways. And then eventually it's going to build other robots that are going to replace you, and then you have to hide in the attic and hope to God that nobody's going to find your version of Anne Frank's diary. That's not going to happen. That's not the world you live in. That's not reality. With AI, you and I are in the best place possible. We've done our part. Now it's on them to show us. It used to be that the next AI model was 100% better than the last one and cost 100% more. Well, we're now on the 5th, almost 6th iteration, and they're getting 15% better, but they're costing 400% more. And as we all know, the marketplace will decide. So either they show up with a product that's worth using, or they don't. The fear that it's too late and it's already taken over is simply unfounded. That is media bloviating. That's narrative spin. That's somebody sitting around talking about how they've already done it. It's already there. It's already past us, because they're invested in it. They're involved in it. They're amazed by it. Technology's only language is lowercase progress, for the sake of progress. They are progressives in the most literal sense. Stronger, better, faster, quicker, right now. And then you have it handed to you through new weapons technologies and the end of the world. That's just fear. It is the media that is the neck that turns the head so you only see what you're supposed to see. There are a lot of people in this world who are looking out for your best interest. There is not going to be a robot mailman that shows up tomorrow. Your email is not going to become a three-dimensional being that walks around and dictates your life to you. You're not going to be a potted plant. You're not going to be a zoo animal. That is the power of media and the narrative spin that Hollywood can provide. So relax. Barnes & Noble, the single biggest physical book retailer in the entire United States, is opening 60 new stores this year. People are actively regretting that they ever got a smartphone. There are literal members of Gen Z who are going out and camping without a GPS because, well, we did it before. You just don't see those things. Because the thing that needs money right now is AI. It's the most exciting business venture. The most expensive brand in the future is going to be anything made by humans. And that's not because AI is going to take over. It's because we're all romantics and we're going to discover that you and I and what we do with these things, this is the thing we're after. And it's going to be okay. It's just a fad that ends up with a really cool technology, and then we move on. And anybody who's telling you to freak out, anybody who's telling you, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm silly, I work in AI every single day. I do that. I train AI models. You have nothing to worry about. I promise you. The World Cup, soccer time, or football time, or football, or fußball, whatever you think of it as. My dear nation here didn't qualify, despite the fact that I was positive about it. Oh well, the better team won. I say that salty, bitter, and a little frustrated, but I accept it nonetheless. Because at the end of the day, they're games. So let's talk about the serious part. 48 countries this time. And there have been instances in the past, in Rio, in Brazil, it was hosted, and all the favelas and all the poor people were just shoved aside when it was in Qatar. There were unrepresented, unprotected migrant workers who came and built those stadiums, and there were a lot of them who died. We don't even know the number. I remember hearing the number 22, and I'm sure it's more than that. This is dark money that involves itself in a really wonderful celebration of a game that we've been playing for 200 years, that people get so zealous about, they would cast aside their God in favor of their jersey. It's cool, man. It's exciting. It's fun. It's a blast. It's my favorite sports thing to watch on TV. But I also don't forget that I get to watch this because I didn't have to go build that. And when somebody brings up the bad part, somebody brings up, yeah, well, if people suffer and people have sat in Los Angeles on the street for ages, there are 160,000 people in Los Angeles who are homeless. The vast majority of them are drug addicts. Those homeless people will be swept out of the way. They'll be housed in some hotel way out of the way, several hotels. And then the games will go on. There will be an instance or two where something goes wrong because it's impossible to organize that many human beings in one place. But you and I, we have a very easy job in all this. If you like the sport, watch it and enjoy it. Be grateful we get to do this. Celebrate the human ingenuity it takes to come together to do a 48-nation international tournament in the oldest sport we have. How awesome. And then take a moment and show some gratitude and respect for the people who made it happen that you'll never know about. The people who died doing it. Not the players, the poor people. The amalgamous poor people. If you pray for them. If you don't, and you like vibes, you believe in vibes, send out some good thoughts for them. Imagine one of them and how they could have been you and how you could have been them. And then let it go and enjoy the game. That doesn't mean you don't care. That means you're creating space to regard them, and you're holding space for the next thing that's going to come up that you're also going to care about, so that you have the right to enjoy something. It's completely okay to enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. You've earned that, just like you've earned this weekend. So go get them. Go to that soccer game. That soccer game for your son or daughter, that baseball game, that nothing. Sit on the balcony. Have an extra beer. Have an extra glass of wine. And if the Chardonnay gets a little warm, just go refill it. The stuff in the fridge is cooler. We waste so much time with guilt. Is the Strait of Hormuz going to open? What's going to happen to my wallet? I wonder if AI is going to take over my life. And what about those poor people that built the World Cup? All of that stuff is human nature. Every single thing we do requires human capital as sacrifice. You don't think the Instagram video you just swiped past has hurt somebody out in the world? Maybe some 16-year-old developed depression and ended up going into a really dark place because of it. Are you going to sit here and feel bad about that? You have no idea. Allow yourself to live. Allow yourself to calm down. You're a good person who does the best they can, and you had a killer week, no matter how it played out. And on Monday, that horse is still going to be in the stable, ready for you to get on it and do your thing. It's been a pleasure, guys. Enjoy this weekend. This has been The Calm Down. I'm Thomas Ohrstrom. Go live your life.